I like the effort our guys came out and played with us that first half. That looked like Mississippi State football from what we expect. With the effort, the strain our guys played with, the intensity that our guys played with in that first half. I don't think we're going to do a much better job red zone. We weren't very good in the red zone today, especially in the first half. Some big missed opportunities there to get points in the ground. I think 2 of our possessions we came away empty in that first half, and you can't do that. Cannot do that to win games. Second half, we've got young players. They got to learn to keep it cranked up for 4 quarters. Learn how to deal. I think the rain delay, the lightning delay. That extra, our guys are ready to go play. They're waiting. They got to learn to crank it all back up. We're trying to get them going, trying to crank it up, trying to keep that energy alive in the second half, but also give South Carolina credit. Well, you had those guys ready second half. The young quarterback comes in, makes some plays, and they continue to battle and play hard for 4 quarters. So, but that's what you're always going to get in Southeastern Conference games. So, questions. Ben?
Yeah, you decided to start Nick Fitzgerald again. Can you just talk us through that decision? What you saw from him in practice this week?
It was kind of what I saw, in last week. That's why I started last week. He graded a little bit higher all through training camp. Had a good week of practice, and I just, it was just something we made that decision and say, we're going to start him and let him go. And that decision, let him play for all 4 quarters, to play the game, we decided that before the game. And let him go play, and I thought he came out and he played fairly well. He's got a couple things here and there in the throw game, just managing and learning from reps, and some different throws, but a lot of that comes from experience.
You seem pretty fired up pre-game, throughout the game, before halftime. We've been hearing from the players all week that practice was really intense. What's this past week been like at practice leading up to this ball game?
Well, you know what? It's been pretty intense. I'll tell you that much. That's what it is. That's who we are. That's who we are. Since I've been the head coach here. You're going to see a team that plays with unbelievable, relentless effort and passion for the game and everything they do. Every single snap, 11 guys going as hard as they can every single snap. I don't know that I saw that last week. I saw guys kind of do their job and execute, play football. I don't know if I saw that desperateness, that desperate intensity to go. And, that's on me. That's on me to set that standard, set that bar of where it needs to be. We've got a lot of young guys, and they're going to look for leaders, and I'm the leader of the program. So if I don't have that desperate intensity, how can I expect them to have it? I want to make sure they knew how hard we have to go. And we've got to do that for 4 quarters. And I thought we did.
Back to Fitzgerald, do you think he's kind of solidified that starting job, or do you think he'll be open like it has been the last couple of weeks?
No, he'll be starting for him.
Did you tell Nick before the game that this was going to be his game all the way through? When did that happen? I guess, what does that do for a young guy to not be looking over his shoulder at?
I did that Sunday.
You ever experienced anything like that at a halftime to where you guys have to sit and sit and sit? I know you've had it before, the first half.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever had to do it and come back out and play. We've done it and they called the game. I'm trying to think. I've done it. My first game, they were right out of the tunnel and they shipped us right back in. That wasn't very fun. I've done it before. One night in Laramie, Wyoming, and I think it was 30 below zero by the time we kicked the ball off. At the end of November, too. It's supposed to be more of a day game where at least there's a chance it's only going to be zero. But all of those kind of either, I've never had the long break and then gone out. I don't think it's had a long break and then gone out and played again.
Coach Jordan Thomas seemed to do some good things out there today. How would you assess his performance?
He did okay. We made a decision. He's got some size and some speed, athleticism, and made a decision to go play him and got him on the field. And, he got a little bit of experience, but we expect a lot out of him, moving forward. He's got to be a guy that becomes a dependable every down player for us. because he has size and athleticism at the tight end position.
Throughout the week, whenever the players talked to us, they said that they're going to be better, they have to bring intensity throughout. What did it mean to you to see the players actually perform, not just walk the walk, but, talk the talk, but walk the walk?
Well, I mean, I was happy because that's, that's what we expect here. That's what we expect from our guys. I think there's a lot of young players on the field. And, they've been part of intensity, but kind of jumping up and down on the sidelines, or like I've said, running down and cover a kick. To have that desperate intensity and have to play, consecutive play after play after play after play and bring it as a young guy. They got to learn that, and I think we took a step forward in the right direction. We're far from there, but we took a step forward in the right direction.
Two-part question. You think the defense kind of corrected the mistakes they had last week, and how would you assess kind of how Jeffrey Simmons played tonight?
We'll watch that guy. I think I'm sure I guess he did okay. I'll watch the film and know that more later on the second part of the question. I think last week there's some things we gotta still keep working on. You know what I mean? Like last week, I thought we did a great job stopping the run. Giving up some pass plays here or there. We've got to be a little bit sounder on the back end. Make sure we're putting guys in the right position to make plays back there. But again, we're very, very young. When we have both our when you lose both your starting corners preseason, it forces you to play a lot of young guys. We got to do a better job getting off the field. Look at it. Give up 9 of 17 opportunities to get off the field. We got to be better there. With 6 of 7 on third and 3 of 3 on fourth. So I add those 3 makes into the regular third down because they got the opportunities to stay on the field. So we've got to do a better job. I think we're stopping the run, playing physical, doing those things. We got to do a better job getting off the field.
When you talked to Nick and told him he was going to be the guy, was it just you and him in your office, or?
Yeah, I met with him and I met with Damien. Because Damien graded the champion last week. And, so it wasn't anything he did to not get the job. It was just I sat down, went home, thought about what's best for us right now moving forward as a team. Put us in a position to win, and just to go with one guy, I thought at this point was what was best for us right now as a team. And, Nick took it, did a good job preparing for the game. Damien did an awesome job preparing for the game, ready to go and get in there. I mean, he was put in a very difficult situation, and he handled it extremely well.
A lot of Nick's performance today was running based. How much do you see that going forward in that part of this game?
Yeah, we want to be able to run the football with a young team, and if you look at it, the running backs, and I know you didn't say I want to get the running backs more, but we play a couple different running backs, and there's a bunch of different guys that run the football for us. Besides him, we just played one quarterback, so he ends up with probably the most carries. But if you add all the running backs together, they go way above them. But I do think you'll see more of that. We want when you have a young player, you want to be able to run the football back there. You got to be able to run the football and be successful.
What do you think it says about Wes? I mean, this 2 field goals last week, makes 2 tonight. What do you think it says about his character? He kind of just put that behind.
Well, I think you look at what happened. I mean, I laughed at the one right there before it happened. So it was kind of ironic, huh? Getting that location again for your first kick, and he laughed. He looked at me after he made it. He said, "Yeah." He goes, all of a sudden I look up. I'm like, well, I've been in this situation before. And but it was great to see. I think you see the team and how they responded to him making that kick. You see the team's confidence they have in him, and they know that they believe in him. And it was great to see that from all his teammates and the guys going out there. And last play of the half, see him hit the kick and know that the whole entire team has confidence in him.
How do you think Jamal did it at cornerback today? Jamal Peters.
He had a great interception. Did well. Still a work in progress and learning some things out there. But again, with our depth at that position, it's kind of where we're at right now. I mean, he's a guy that we kind of threw into that role, and he came out and made a huge play for us on that interception. Want to see him continue to develop.
A couple more.
The defense as a whole seemed to make plays when they needed stops. They got them a couple turnovers, which wasn't happening last week. What did you see out of them in terms of making plays?
Well, I think the first half you saw what we expect out of our defense. I mean, swarming to the ball. I want to watch in the second half and see where we're at that point. You know, and again, give credit, they put in the young quarterback, made some plays with his legs, and you can see why he's going to be a dynamic player for them in the future. You know, some of those things we gotta continue to make plays for 4 quarters on the defensive side of the ball. You know, but hey, anytime you can hold a team to 34 yards rushing, as a head coach, you're going to be pretty happy with your defense.
Joe, you got one more. Sorry. I was wondering if Malik Deer was available tonight. And
Yeah, he played some. Okay, he was in there. Huh?